Hey guys, it's Cat3360-100 here, and today I've got a review on the 1/50th scale Ertl Case 580 Super N backhoe. Now this is a slightly older model, and you'll see this model around a little bit more, but there's been a few updates recently, but this is still a really nice model for the price. There are of course drawbacks, which we will get to here in the video. So we'll go ahead and start with the overall functionality of the model. See, it rolls pretty well, pretty easily, but there you can see the cylinder on the back of the backhoe is extremely loose and won't even hold the backhoe up. Now here up the front we'll show the tires. They have a little bit of a turning radius, but not much, like you can see on the bottom there. Very little anything there. The loader arms on the front go up pretty decently high. It is of course not enough to make up the side of a first gear dump truck. So yeah, you can lift yourself up, like if you got a little ramp or something. But this appears to be a common theme with backhoe models. Is this bad lift height in the front. You do have a decent amount of curl back on the bucket carry angle, but is a little loose, of course, up here as well. And then of course you've got a good dump angle, which also is a cut angle if you cut with a backhoe. No, yeah. So you've got all that. You got the stabilizers on the back. You can lift up the model, hold it up pretty well, but then of course comes into the factor of the backhoe boom having pretty much no dig depth. That's not the best. It could really come down more over here, and it probably would, but I would be afraid that if I were to cut this little stopper here, that the cylinder would be too short. So really overall, if we're going to pose this model digging at the back, it may not need to be too bad or too deep, but the stick, it goes out decently well. The bucket curls in. The bucket curls in pretty amazingly. A good curl, and then curl out isn't the best, considering if you were to dig, you wouldn't really get much of a curl back anyway. But it rotates from side to side pretty well. It's a center pivot backhoe, which is American style. You'll very rarely see a side shift in the U.S. You can see here that the color match of the plastic cylinders and tires is not existent at all. The cylinders and the tire rims are much, much darker, more of a brown than the orangish brown that the case paint is. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start with the detail of the model. We'll start up here at the front. The bucket here has some nice wear plating and some other little details cast into the side. Go ahead and rotate it around, staying on the topic of the front bucket. You got a little bit of a cutting edge detail right there. It's not much, but it's a good amount. You raise the bucket up, you can see that there is some wear plating and the cutting edge detail on the bottom. And here you've got the case name on the grill. There's no texture on the grill, just decal. And there's little details like this would be like bolting on the weights or something. So yeah, you turn the machine around a little bit more, you get to the tire here. There is absolutely no detail in the rim whatsoever, but it does have a nice tread pattern. You go right here, you've got a little bit of the exhaust stack is rubber. It's painted black, or painted gray from the black. There's a little bit of casting detail in the hood. Of course, we'll get on to the top of the model here in just a moment. But you've got a little bit of a painted, like wear slip texture or whatever here on the side. And then you got the fuel cap or whatever with a little bit of black paint detailing. And then on the back rim, you've got better detailing in the rim and a good tread pattern. But once again, the color match is terrible. You got up here, you've got the detail on the cab. It's pretty decent. It's thick metal pieces. It's not the most detail on the sides, but we'll get around to the lights here. It does have this silver light up here on the side. And up to the front here, you got like an orange light, and then we'll get to I think I missed these. There's 4 little lights right up here at the top of the cab, and 4 little lights on the back of the cab. And you've got the 2 orange lights also, and you can see that there's a cluster of plastic not joysticks, but levers for the operating the backhoe, and there's a split in the bottom right here of the cab where the casting comes together. Move the backhoe boom out of the way. You can see there's no detail whatsoever in the articulation point, no cylinders or anything. I mean, you do have a little bit of detail as if there was a cylinder on the outrigger, and then there's a little bolt detail, and that's pretty much it, along with the decals of the rubber on the bottom of the pads. On the side of the boom here, you've got some detail around where the pins are and such to make it a little bit stronger. The stick's got pretty much no detail really whatsoever. You know, it's a hollow stick. You know, it's hollow all the way around. On this one side, you've got the decals, they're nice. It does not actually have a functioning extend-a-hoe, which I would not expect with an Ertl model. You've got a little lift ring that's drilled out, if you can tell right there, on the back of the linkage, and you've got the nice bucket, which is a 5-tooth bucket. It's got a pretty nice detail. I like the bucket a lot on this compared to other backhoe models. You can turn it around here, and you can see the side. This side's the same. This side, you don't have the fuel cap. This is a little bit different. There is no door handle detail. Got a steering wheel, and a pretty basic interior, you know, chair, no buttons or anything. Might see a few pedals down there, you know, but that's pretty much it. You go on top, there's a little bit of ribbing in the roof and some details where the lights are, a little bit on the hood. That's pretty much it on top of the model. You go underneath, a little bit of a drive shaft detail, pretty much nothing, but once again, what do you expect from an Ertl model? So yes, we'll go on and rate the model back up on its side, and I would say that if you want this model and you aren't gonna, I wouldn't pay more than $28. You know, $28 is getting a little high for this model. Newer versions might be a little more detailed or something. I don't know. This is the only Case backhoe model I've ever owned, but I will say for this particular backhoe model, I would recommend it, but I wouldn't highly recommend it. So, you know, if you're looking for a Case 5, if you want to get this model, and, you know, these details and stuff that's a little bit wrong with it does not bother you, then go ahead and get one. But if you want the model to be perfect, this model is not going to be perfect, so you can't expect it to be. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have a different opinion on the model, go ahead and comment down below. Tell me what you think about the model. So, yeah, come rate, subscribe. Bye.